15 of America's biggest retailers are shutting down stores nationwide, and it could be a sign of a serious economic crisis. What if I told you that the stores you grew up shopping at, the ones you visited every weekend, every holiday, every back-to-school season are gone? Not just one or two, not just the small ones nobody's heard of. We're talking about the giants. The brands worth billions of dollars. The names that used to dominate every mall, every strip mall, every main street in America, they're shutting down right now. As you watch this video, and the scariest part, most Americans have nitrous monoxide idea how bad it really is. Over 15,000 stores are expected to close their doors in 2025 alone. That is more than double what we saw in 2024. And 2024 was already the worst year for store closures since the pandemic. So what is going on? Why are millions of Americans suddenly done with these stores? And which ones are next? Stick with me, because today, we are breaking down the biggest retailers shutting down stores across America and the real reason behind each one of these closures. This is the story nobody in the mainstream media is telling you straight. Let's go. America used to be the greatest shopping nation on earth. We had malls the size of small cities. We had stores on every corner. We had brands that felt like they'd last forever. But something has changed. Something massive. And it didn't happen overnight. A perfect storm of inflation, the rise of online shopping, changing spending habits, has now created what experts are calling the biggest retail wave of closures in modern American history. In 2024, over 7,300 stores closed across the United States, a 69% jump from 2023. In 2025, that number is expected to hit 15,000. These aren't just numbers. These are jobs. These are communities. These are pieces of American culture being erased, one storefront at a time. So today, we're going deep. We're covering the biggest names, closing stores, what happened to each one of them, and what it means for you, the American shopper. If there's a store near you on this list, drop it in the comments below. I want to hear your stories. All right, let's get into it. Let's start with your neighborhood pharmacy. Rite Aid was once America's third largest pharmacy chain. Over 2,000 stores, millions of loyal customers, and then bankruptcy. In 2023, Rite Aid filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy protection, drowning in $3.3 billion in debt. By 2024, they had shuttered over 400 locations, and the closures kept coming. What went wrong? A combination of massive lawsuits tied to the opioid crisis, intense competition from CVS and Walgreens, and the shift of customers toward online pharmacies and mail-order prescriptions absolutely crushed them. The sad reality, thousands of communities, especially in rural and lower-income areas, lost their only local pharmacy. These areas are now called pharmacy deserts. And for elderly Americans who can't drive far or order online, this isn't just inconvenient, it's dangerous. Next up, a wild story. Dollar Tree bought Family Dollar back in 2015 for $8.5 billion. It sounded like a brilliant deal at the time, to discount giants joining forces to take on Walmart. But it turned into one of the worst retail acquisitions in American history. Family Dollar never lived up to expectations. Its stores were poorly run, often messy, and struggled to attract price-sensitive shoppers. In 2024 alone, Dollar Tree shut down 718 Family Dollar locations, the most closures of any single retailer that year. And in 2025, another 370-plus closures were planned. Finally, in March 2025, Dollar Tree threw in the towel, selling Family Dollar to private equity firms for just $1 billion. That's a $7.5 billion loss from what they paid for it. If you ever needed proof that bigger isn't always better in business, this is it. Let's talk about Big Lots. It was the go-to store for bargain hunters. Furniture, home decor, seasonal items, all at deep discount prices. They had over 1,400 stores across the country. Then the pandemic happened. Then inflation hit. Then customers stopped coming. Big Lots filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy in September 2024. They immediately announced plans to close 300 stores. And when that wasn't enough, they announced they were shutting down everything. all 1,400 locations. But there's a plot twist. A company called Variety Wholesalers came in and bought the leases for 200 to 400 stores, saving a portion of the business. But the rest, gone. Liquidated. Done. Tens of thousands of workers lost their jobs. Some reportedly didn't even receive their final paychecks on time. This next one hits different, because Party City was literally part of every birthday, every Halloween, every graduation, every holiday for millions of American families. After nearly 4 decades in business, Party City announced in December 2024 that it was closing all of its stores, all 750 locations across the United States. By February 2025, the company had already gone through bankruptcy in 2023, loaded with $1.7 billion in debt. They tried to recover. They couldn't. To make things worse, employees reported they weren't given proper notice. Some showed up to work and found out their store was closing that same day. America's Party store is officially closed for good. Now for JOANN, the beloved fabric and craft retailer, it holds a very unfortunate record. It went bankrupt twice in 2 years. The first time was in 2023. They reorganized and came back. But it wasn't enough. In 2025, JOANN filed for bankruptcy again. And this time nobody came to save them. All 800 of JOANN's stores across America are being closed permanently. For millions of quilters, sewers, crafters, and hobbyists, many of them older Americans, this was devastating. JOANN wasn't just a store. For a lot of people, it was a community, a gathering place. Now it's just gone. Walgreens, America's corner pharmacy, is disappearing. It's one of the most recognizable brands in America. There used to be one on almost every major street corner in every major American city. But now, Walgreens has announced it will close 2,150 stores, about a quarter of its entire chain, between 2024 and 2027. That is a massive, historic pullback. What happened? Walgreens got hit from every direction. Rising theft, especially in urban locations, was bleeding profits. Fewer customers were coming in for prescriptions because online pharmacies and mail delivery were cheaper and easier. And the margins on pharmacy products had been getting squeezed for years. Nearly 600 locations already closed in 2024 alone. Thousands of pharmacists and retail workers are losing their jobs. And entire neighborhoods, particularly lower income areas, are losing their primary healthcare access point. If Walgreens closing 2,000 stores shocked you, CVS quietly announced plans to close 900 stores back in 2021, and they've been systematically executing that plan ever since. By 2024, CVS had already closed 586 locations, and the cuts are still going. The reason, almost exactly the same as Walgreens. Online pharmacies are stealing customers. Reimbursement rates on prescription drugs are getting worse, and big box competitors like Walmart and Costco are eating into their retail side. CVS is now trying to pivot, investing more in health clinics and healthcare services. But for the millions of Americans who relied on their local CVS for prescriptions, convenience items, and vaccines, those stores are just gone. And that wraps up part 1 of our series 15 biggest retailers closing down stores across America. From Walmart to CVS Health, these aren't just store closures. These are real communities, real jobs, and real people being affected every single day. If this video opened your eyes even a little bit, smash that like button. It really helps the channel more than you know. Part 2 is already on its way. And trust me, the names coming next are going to surprise you. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe for more deep dives into the stories that are shaping our world. See you in the next video.